everyone. How are you? Shirley, I'm trying to get you up. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this evening. I am looking forward to tonight. All of the comments and everything that you have to participate in this forum is going to be awesome. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight. We're going to talk about the lying and deceitfulness of the narcissist. All righty. Invite, invite, invite. Invite someone to join you on tonight. Come on. My device is cutting up right now. All right. Hello, everyone. Invite someone. Hey, Hannah, how are you? Good to have you on board. Thank you so much for joining us on this evening. We're going to talk about the lying and the deceit of the narcissist. This can be very progressive. It can even, and it's made to manipulate you, to restrain you. Hello there, Ernestine. Narcissists frequently use lying and deceit to maintain their grandiosity or a sense of self, and they manipulate others with these lies. And they manifest a willingness to lie, cheat, steal, and they can do it without guilt. I mean, it can happen over and over and over again. And they get angry if you challenge this lying, and they get angry if you challenge this deceit, because they're believing their actions are justified by their superiority, unique ways, and their sense of entitlement. They have impulsivity and a tendency towards self actions. So they do this because narcissists want to preserve their self image. And if blowing up a story, lying about it, would do that, they're willing to do it. And they'll do it without conviction, they would do it without conscience. And they get angry of all restraints. They don't want to be restrained and they don't want to be challenged. And most people want to do both, restrain the lion and challenge them. And so, hello there. Hey, Prophetess Danielle, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. We have Hannah and Ernestine on board. Thank you. We're going to talk about lying and the deceitfulness of the narcissist. Now, many of you have been involved with the narcissist and you know they'll lie at the drop of a hat. Anything to protect their image, anything to keep their grandiosity from being restrained because they believe they're better, they believe that they're more superior. And when you talk about, when you hear them talk, I'm the only one, I've been the greatest, nobody has been able to accomplish, and I have succeeded all. It's all the eyes, and they have succeeded everybody, excuse me, that has ever been before them. But lying and deceitfulness, that leads to manipulation and control. Because when you lie to someone, you know it's not the truth. And you don't want them to know the truth. So you try to control the psychological narrative of the story. But after a while, people start catching on because you blowing things up and you show no evidence in your life what you say with your mouth. So let's look at some reasons why the narcissists lie. To preserve themselves. You can tell a narcissist, I've seen you. I know that that is not true. And the narcissist will fight you 100%. You've seen them with somebody and they saw you, recognized them, and they hid away. And when they came home, the story was already set. They was already going to lie. There was no way they was going to allow you to trick them, they say, into saying something that's not true. And the truth of it is true. You did see them. But if you let them gaslight you, they will gaslight you where you don't know what you saw. And then you'll start uh, lying to yourself, saying, maybe I didn't see that. But how could you not see that? You saw it with your two eyes. But they have gaslight you so till you don't know what you saw. You don't even know what you believe. Gaslighting is a tool, and it's a favorite tool of a narcissist because if they do it long enough, say it long enough, they'll think there's no way you can keep saying something and it's not true. So they start to degrade their truth and belittle it until they think they have missed it. So they will preserve their personal gain. Anybody want to comment on this? When you are with a narcissist and the narcissist just lie, lie, lie. And you know they lie because you know what you saw. They'll say something and say, I didn't say that. Yeah, you did. You said that. But they would hold on to the lie like you missed it. This time you missed it because I did not do this. I did not say this. You know me. You know I don't talk like that. And the truth of it is they talk just like that. Right? And another reason they would do this is for personal gain. You said, but what can a narcissist gain by lying? He can get out of situations. If a narcissist convinced you through gaslighting that they did not do a thing that you saw them do, and you saw it with your own eyes, now you don't believe your own eyes, and they can get you to change your mind, that would be to their gain. She said they lie to control the perception of things and the events. This manipulation would make you gaslight yourself to, to their advantage. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why they lie for their personal gain. They will hold on to their lie and they won't let go. And like you said, after a while, you start doubting yourself. Then you start gaslighting yourself. Maybe I didn't see that. Maybe it wasn't like that. You saw and heard everything. You saw it with your own eyes. You heard it with your own ears. And if you deny that, then what would you believe when you see things and hear things? If you deny your own truth, excuse me, the narcissist will get away with everything. to project superiority. So, first of all, they want to preserve their self-image. She said, avoid accountabilities at all costs. Absolutely. If you'll believe it, if you'll believe the disbelief, why should they be accountable? Because you don't even believe yourself. You don't even believe your own truth. So you disbelieve it. That's what they want. That's exactly what they want. You don't believe you did it. I said I didn't do it. So who's right? They're going to be right because you won't hold fast to what you have. Danielle say they actually believe their own lies. They do because they gaslight themselves. If they gaslight you, they're going to gaslight themselves. If they deprivate you, they're going to deprivate themselves. Because whatever you give out is going to come back to you. The narcissist is no different. They're going to gaslight, lie until their lies become their truth and they start believing their lies. It's no longer deception because they believe it. Remember the narcissist alternate reality? They start believing things that did not exist, that did not happen. They start believing it. Yeah, they believe their own lies. They actually do. And they're convinced that it really happened. They're convinced that it really happened. And it happened nowhere. It did not happen. But you can't convince them if you're doubting yourself. She said, is there ever a good response when they lie? No. How? It's not built up on the truth. It's not built up on anything. Everything is a lie. Everything they say is a lie. No good thing can come out. No good thing can come out of that. Totally impossible. You see what I mean? When you know the truth, you have to hold it. You have to hold that truth when you know the truth. And you say, well, how can I stop gaslighting myself? By believing what you saw, what you heard, what you know. There's never a good response. Never. There's never a good response when they lie. Never. Especially when you know they lying, how are you going to respond right? You cannot, because everything they saying is a lie. It's not the truth. And you're saying, but how could you? Easy. They could do it easy. Because that's what they do. They do it to everybody, anybody. Until it come out of their mouth like butter. You said, do they believe it? Sometimes they lie so much, like Danielle said, they have convinced themselves of the lie that it's the truth. And it's not. They actually believe their own lies. They do. They do. And they want you to be convinced like them. They want you to be in the realm with them. They want to choke out all your truth, all the truth you have. Because your truth hurts. And they'll manipulate, hurt you. She's an emotional aggression designed to shut down your critical thinking. They don't want you to think at all. They don't. Because when you think, you challenge. So they don't want you to think. Because they do not want you to challenge. They want you to subject yourself to the hostility of the moment and act as if it is going to benefit you, and it's not. It would never benefit you, never. It only benefit them to their gain. Remember, they lie to benefit their gain. They lie and manipulate and deceive because they think it's going to benefit them, not you. They really don't care about anything benefiting you. They hope it doesn't. So for their personal gain, to preserve their self-image, and to project superiority. She said, no matter how vague or inconsistent their lies sound, they believe it. They will make a fool of themselves because you're looking at them saying that doesn't make sense. They don't care about that. They don't care that it doesn't make sense. They like make it make sense. You can't make a senseless thing make sense. It doesn't make sense. And they don't want you thinking. Critical thinking, do a comparative analysis. And the comparative analysis is going to be with them. Hey, Kiana, it's going to be with them. Cluster B, free Karen. Aloha. So when you measure up the situation, they're coming out at the bottom. When a narcissist come out at the bottom, expect the fight of your life. They're going to fight you to no end. They're going to challenge you to no end. Because remember, they project superiority. Because they may overestimate their ability of success. She said she's welcoming everybody. Thank you, Danielle. They're welcoming their success, and then they put their success over everybody. Nobody was able to do that project but me. And that's not true. Nobody was successful at that project but me. That's not true. They got a whole team, but they took credit for the team. They didn't even give any praise to the team. And narcissists are known to do that. Take total credit and do the less work. And their superiority or their grandiose is a hindrance, and it's not humility. Yeah, they grandize all the time. All the time. If you would do this, I would do that. And you did that 1,000 times and more. And they didn't do anything they said. Well, I would have done it if you. They're not going to take the blame. They're not, because they're unaccountable. They don't think they need to be accountable to you because you're less than they are. Why should they be accountable to a person who's less than them? They're not. They're going to make you feel devaluated, because devaluing you is going to esteem them. And devaluing you and showing you love bomb, and then go back and appreciate you and then show you rejection. This is the process of trauma bond. Trauma bond is the security factor that makes them think you're going to stay. Because you're bonded to the trauma, and the trauma is there in the house. It's there. The trauma is them. So they think you're going to keep them bonded to them. And the truth of it is, when you want to be free, you free yourself. But you have to come to a place when you trauma bond, you have to come to a finished state. It's not going to automatically happen. And the narcissists don't want to lose you. They're going to lie. Baby, I'm going to get counseling. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me and see, because I want this relationship more than anything. And I'll do anything to keep this relationship. I just want to keep you and the children. Well, that sounds wonderful if it was true. She said, have the nerves to get angry when questioned. Absolutely. Because you got to remember, they don't feel that you are fit to question them, that you have a right to question them, because they exert their superiority. How dare you question me? And then they start telling you the things they do. And they probably didn't do none of that. You probably did all of that. But they are not going to allow you to take the credit for it. They are going to take the credit for it. Danielle said, words and actions don't matter. Not to a narcissist when you're in the black. When you're in the black, you're in the black. That means you can't say nothing to them. And when you're in the white, you're in the white. They don't care about anything but what they want. When they want it, how they want it, the way they want it. And that's the way they want it. And they wanted you line up so they can get what they want. They get angry when it seems like you're correcting them and you're not. You will give your last to have them straighten out. They don't want to straighten out. They want to keep doing what they're doing and they want you to take it. She said the ex requested accountability no matter, the ex refused accountability no matter what he did that was wrong or foul actions. When anything negative happened, he would rage, deflect, and say, "You're supposed to forgive me." See, they're not going to take any responsibility. They're not going to take any action. They're just not. All the responsibility is on you. All the action is on you. They're unaccountable. The narcissists really feel you need to be glad I'm here. You need to be glad somebody wants you. You need to be glad that I didn't leave. Nobody ever want you. I'm going to be the only one. I'm going to be the only one caring for you. I'm going to be the only one caring for the kids. No. Deceiving and lying. Because a lot of times they don't care about the kids. They're not giving anything. You didn't take them to games. You didn't take them to the movies. You don't even care about them. And then when you go buy clothes, now they come in and say, I'm going to buy them clothes. You take them to the movie. I'm going to take them to the movie. The narcissists and their ways. It'll interfere with your job if you let it. You cannot let it. You cannot let what they do hinder your sense of wisdom and peace. Hi, Laura. Lauren says, my two daughters and I were forced to flee for safety due to him exposing his gun on a dresser at our marital residence. I knew my kids and I were in danger. I fled with my children on November 17, 2023. Oh, praise God. I am so glad that you all are okay. Smart mom. Hello, Eminem. He told me no one is going to put up with me like he does. And it's a lie. In the words of the late James Baldwin poem, why would I believe what you say when I see what you do, right? She said, I battle less with the narc when I stop expecting an accountability. If you let a child do whatever they want to do when they want to do it, the child is happy because he's getting his way. But as soon as you put a stop to it, the child is upset because you don't put up boundaries. They don't want boundaries. Narcissists don't want boundaries. She said he is a felon. He has several felonies. Oh my God. I am glad. Have he tried to contact you? Tried to spy out to see where you was? Tried to stalk you? Helen Lena. Hello there, Helen. So has he ever tried to do that, Lauren, where he stalked you or tried to get the kids out of school? Because most of the narcissists, when your kids are in school, they acting like nothing is wrong, even when y'all are separated. She said, I believe he is. Wow. So what do you do in situations like that? How do you know he won't take the kids? Do you have a backup system? Mm. Do you have a backup system? I believe he is. Wow. When you know the narcissist is dangerous, the best thing you could have done is what you did in 2023. She said, I got a new phone. He manipulated my iPhone code and then cut it off. Wow. I would tell you, if you're separated from the narcissist, it's best that you don't have to depend on him or her for anything. Make sure you have your own, because the one thing they're going to do is mess with what y'all share, because they know that without them you can't do it. And the truth of it is, you'll probably do better without them. Don't let them threaten you into coming back. Don't let them threaten you even into leaving. When you know that it's a safety hazard, get out of there, because you can get more things. The goal isn't to make them honest. It's to make you free. Absolutely. Because there's nothing you can do for them. They have to decide for themselves, like you have to decide for yourself. It was not an easy choice, but you made it. It was not an easy decision, but you made it. Ernestine, you made a hard choice, and you're making it. He has threatened to take the kids several times. I know. That's why you have to do a paper trail. If they call police, call the police. If they threaten, call the police. If they stalk, call the police. Have a paper trail, because it can get crazy in that court. It can. And then you can get angry. That's what he wants you to do. React instead of respond. Karen put some volatile information up. Please access that information if you need to. Good, priceless information. Because sometimes if the narcissist know where you are, they'll come and get you. And they don't care who's around. Helen Lena says, Lauren, you must start to plan your escape silently. Do you have kids, Lauren? Lauren, do you have children? Are there children involved? Or is it just you? Are there children involved? She said, my grandchildren and I are at my parents'. Oh, okay. What happened to your children? They're grown, they're adults. But why do you have the kids, Lauren? Lauren, the kids. You have your grandkids. So your children are adults. They're on their own. Why you end up with the grandkids? Are your adult children showing signs of narcissism or toxicity that maybe they may need therapy to help them come through what they've been through? Do you think that's it? And what signs do your grandbabies show? Or are they too young to even know anything? I'm waiting for her to answer. You know, when you have grandkids, you have to fight. If you can't do nothing physically, go to the realm of the spirit. She said, their lies are trick, not anything you need to fix. When you spot the lie, mentally detach. She said, don't reward it with energy and attention and emotional explanation. Absolutely. It's my children and my parents. They're at your parents, okay? Lauren says, keep research on Google. If you administrate one of the parties, okay, Lauren, I'm getting ready to read yours again. Lauren, research Google if you want party state or two-party state for recording conversation or the abuse entry words, or 3, if one person states when you use them in court. She says, my children, and are at my parents. So your children live with the parents, so the grandkids live with the parents? She said, yes, documents and patterns. So, Lauren, your grandkids are there with the mom, or you are with your mother along with your grandkids? My children and I are at my parents. They are my daughters. It is my parents and grandparents. Okay. Wow. My children and I are at my citizen parents. When they are at my parents, it is my first cause. It is my parents' grandkids. You know, when you are separated, or when you take responsibility for your grandkids, the narcissist, if you don't have proper paperwork, if you don't indict where you can have a paper trail, the courts may not take so lightly. They may consider you as a kidnapper with the kids, and all he's going to do is rave about you not letting them see the kids. And you are affording him every opportunity as possible. You're giving him all means necessary. But the daughter know her skill. Wow. I wouldn't trust this guy right here with your kids. I wouldn't trust him. She said, my children, I fled for safety to my parents' house. See? So he's a malignant narcissist. Has he ever abused you physically, and you think he would do it with the children? Lauren, has he ever abused you physically? Because what he did, if you call the police, that started a trail. Yes, he has. Oh my God. You have to stay away from him. Don't ever meet him without security force. If he tell you he just want to talk, don't do it. Because he has proven he can be dangerous. If he did it then, you think he gonna stop now? Not at all. He will not. He will not. He will keep on until he get his way. And once he get his way, it's terrible. Because once they get their way, they feel like they can keep having their way. Eminem, it's always good to find a safe place that they don't know. It is. It is. And that's why, and that if you notice, that's why in the beginning, they got so much information out of you. They needed you to talk. Till you don't show them your secret places, your friends, what you do when you get hurt. They want to know about all of that. So it looked like you're sharing or utilizing a means of just transporting information into the relationship to help it. And it's not going to help. The intel you got is not going to help. They've already made up in their mind what they want. And if they want money, they're going to do things to get money. First of all, a lot of them are irresponsible. So money is just money. It's going to make them look good, smell good, get them a higher quality vehicle, a higher quality home. But they have no concept of money. So when you know, Tudo, uh, H.G. Tudo said something that stayed with me forever. He said, when you know, you go. Mm. When you know, you go. If he has physically violated you, you can't trust him. Has he ever threatened you, Laura? Have he ever told you what he's going to do with you? Lauren said, I have prayed for God to help keep me in my truth about why I fled. Yeah, you don't owe nobody that. You don't owe nobody that. You know in your heart it was for your well-being. So you don't care what nobody else thinks. You don't. Because once you start doing, you're going to compromise again. You're going to go right back in it. And it's going to be the same thing as it always been. Nothing has changed. See what I mean? Nothing has changed. Well, the same thing over and over and over again does not help. And the narcissist is going to always be sorry for what he did, what he said. Lauren said, he has told me he has an evil thought about me. And he told me I would be sorry and be begging. Lauren, stay away from him. Sometimes narcissists don't make empty threat. Truth is your healing practice. Absolutely. Once you get away and you have children, so there needs to be a court order about the visitation rights of the kids or his visitation right removed. Because the courts say he does have right to his children. Lauren, I hate that you're going through this, but I'm glad that you got out of this. 2023, man, she said, tell yourself the truth even when it hurts. She said, that's how you claim your integrity and peace. You need a friend. You need to pray for God. Send you a friend and not a flying monkey. And let that friend prove themselves. It may take 2 months or so. But what you can do is care for people, friendly to people. The right people will come. Laura, I'm glad you walked in your healing. Absolutely. My children are being treated by a mental health facility. Yay. Smart girl. Smart girl. You didn't leave it to nothing. You knew the processes of what you had to do. And preferably that therapist. Father, strengthen them. Heal them. In the name of Jesus. Thank you, God. All right. When you say that you want healing, there it is. But you got to recognize cars. When he wears different things, and it just seems to follow you everywhere you go. Doesn't matter when you stop, it stops. You are being followed. What you do is, I will not jeopardize anyone. Only the people that can put me in a safe place will I call. Only those people. She said, I prayed to God for healing, and he sent me Helen Saller. Oh, bless your heart. And he will do that for them. He will do that for them. God is not going to leave you alone. God is not going to leave you to battle by yourself. God doesn't leave a fight. He helps you in the fight. Lauren said, they are in therapy. I am in therapy. I'm being medicated for PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And my children have PTSD, anxiety, and depression. My children are terrified and traumatized by him. Oh my God. So, do you have a parenting plan? You're going to need a parenting plan. And let this parenting plans advise you, because when they ask them questions, make sure you tell them everything. Don't hold nothing back. Your family may be upset at you, but your child is safe because of you. See what I mean? And one day, that child gonna come back to you and thank you. Please download the Clubhouse app and hear your destiny helper. She said many other YouTube creators. It's audio only, and you can listen in. Questions and direct conversation about your situation. Oh, I love it. That's why I love Clubhouse. You can participate audibly. You can hear the speakers. And sometimes when you're going through stuff, you need a tangible touch. We can make that happen. How? We have life coaches. I'm a life coach. Karen is a life coach. Dr. Brian's a life coach. You just say what you want. You can email me at destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. You can email, put your email up, Karen. Put your email up. She's a Clubhouse, your destiny helper. It is effective communication. On Tuesday at 7:45 Pacific Standard Time, 9:45 Central, 10:45 Eastern. She said, we are in the middle of a legal process now. I am praying that the children and I are away from him legally ASAP, in a powerful and in the mighty name of Jesus. Okay. I pray you get a good lawyer that understands narcissist abuse. Because when you got a good lawyer, they back down sometimes. But you keep your paperwork. It's important, because the kids, who are they going to be with? They're going to be with the dad, or they're going to be with the mom. So you got to get a split ticket for parenting. What are your days? What are his days? He sticks to his days. You stick to your days. And that's a shame. Listen to me. I hate that many of our women are having to raise the kids alone. She, thank you so much. Your videos have helped me. Lauren, I pray that they keep helping you. I pray that they make you stronger and stronger and stronger. I'm trying to do videos live and get other videos that you all can attain to, and little situation and little scenario. Little foxes spoil the vine. It's not always the big stuff. We know about some little stuff too, right, Karen? Right, Danielle? Absolutely. Because when you are being breadcrumbed, and it's a lie, it is a vicious lie. When you are being constantly lied to by the narcissist, you start to believe it. Why? Because you don't have nobody else speaking into you. You don't have anything else talking to you. You won't believe it with the experience you have. Don't let anybody gaslight you. Believe what you saw. There's nothing wrong with your eyes. They're perfect. Stop doubting what you saw. Sometimes people get so frustrated. Investigation is hard. She said, thank you, Danielle. It is a pleasure being here. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Lauren, a court situation. Uh, Karen, put up that judge's name for her and the lady who does powerful divorce cases on YouTube. Put them up. She said the narcissist will lie, gaslight, breadcrumb, beg their supply to come back. If you go back, the abuse is worse, 50 times worse, 100 times worse. Once you leave, you don't look back. Once you go, you don't look back. Don't look back. I want you to meditate on this moment. People are going through. And I'm going to tell you, when you're online, don't listen to all this stuff. But they talking about the narcissist and the narcissist going to help you with another narcissist. And then you find out they are narcissists. Diagnosed with 5 out of the 9. Or some of them got all the 9 traits. Wow. Meditation is powerful, y'all. When the narcissist lie, they're covering up something. When the narcissist deceit, they don't want you to know something. And you cannot let another person predict your behavior, how you should act, how you should be, what you should wear, and where you should go. Don't. Lauren said, he has tried to turn my kids against me. Yep, that's his characteristic. She said, me toward the latter part of the marriage. Absolutely. That's what they do. They don't want you to have a support system. They got it fully engaged. But you can have a support system. If you do, then you're messing around. If he do, then he just needed to rest his mind. You have to keep a support system going well and lively. I know that you know God will answer prayer. Lauren, what he's doing is going to have a divine backfire. She's a top 1% in America for divorce. Rebecca Zung on YouTube. She has a free document to help with divorce and free webinars. Oh man, webinar seminars. That's good. That's good. And what is the judge name? Bumpy. Write his name out. Karen. Let me see. She said he served in 3 churches as a studio minister. Girl, sometimes that's the place you find them. What are you talking about? That don't mean that because they serve in church. That is a controlled environment. And if they dominate that controlled environment, they're not going to call you in. And what they do, it has nothing to do with the priesthood. Let me see. That's who he claimed to be when we met. Who did he claim to be? Because the truth of it is, if you were a narcissist, you never knew him. He mirrored everybody he was with. He lived in an alternate reality. She said, Anthony Bappiani. That's it. Let me pull that back up. If you can copy that and get a picture of that, get a picture of that. Anthony Bappiani, former former, let me see. So get a picture of that name. And what's that? Rebecca Zong and Anthony Bompiani. There you go. Anthony Bompiani and Rebecca Zong. They're both good with dealing with narcissists. And they tell you how to conduct yourself in court, the documents you need. They tell it to you because most people won't, but they will. Rebecca Zahn and Anthony Bompiani. All right, my time is up. I need y'all to join me on Clubhouse every Tuesday at 7:45, 10:45 Eastern, 9:45 Central. She said, when talking to your lawyer or testifying in court, you never call them a narcissist. Just describe their behavior and list the negative effects it has on you and the children. Absolutely, because they'll throw the case out because you cannot diagnose. So don't even mention the word narcissist, because you need a professional to confirm that order. And he needs a diagnosis. And if you don't have a diagnosis, don't even mention narcissist. All right, everybody. Meet me back here next week. She said, thank you for being here. Leave comments on the replay and reach out. You can reach out to me by email, destinyhepper12s@gmail.com. Lauren said, thank you so much. You are welcome, Lauren. She said, Helen Lena said, Lauren, don't go back. His mission is to break you down and destroy everything good about you. His mission seems like he's talking to take you out. You don't want to do that. Make sure you subscribe and hit that button. And I'll be back on next week. Lauren, we're going to be praying for you. Thank you so much for being with us. I pray that you are with us again next week. But Clubhouse, download the app and look for Helen Sattler, your Destiny Helper House. All right, Helen Marie, God bless you. Thank you so much. Danielle, God bless. Good night, everyone. I love you. Bye-bye.